Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Everything Animated, and yeah, I'm back to talk about SNAFU episodes 6 and episodes 7. I just want to get this out of the way and let y'all know that sorry for the delay with these particular videos. I felt like doing it this way versus the traditional way where you see my face. One of two reasons. One, I needed to play catch up because my internet was all kinds of crappy and I couldn't get a video out, so I literally had to wait until now in order to do it, because I figured why not just kill two birds with one stone and just do it this way. So I figured why not, let's just get it done, so on and so forth. And then by episode 8, I should be back to the traditional, where you see my face and everything. We'll be fine that way. Okay. Turn this fan on because I'm sweltering in here. Okay. I'm going to start with episode 6. Whenever episode 7 comes around, it just came out this past Thursday, but I'll immediately talk about episode 7 right after 6. Okay. So when we last left off on episode 5, it was basically, Yukinon and Hachiman are basically just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we agreed upon. We're gonna turn this into a whole contest and see who comes up with the better idea to save the prom. Hachiman, his idea is to basically create an idea for prom that sucks in comparison to Yukino's idea, and that's more or less what is going on with their contest. Aroha and Hachiman kind of have a little banter back and forth. They have an interesting dynamic where Aroha just points to the vending machine and just goes, give me the damn drink. And then they talk back and forth about she's still, I guess you could say, kind of annoyed by them too, about doing the whole prom, trying to get the whole proposition plans to getting it done. But basically Hachiman's just like, hey, this was the only way I know how to do it, so buck up. We kind of find out the real reason as to why she wants to have prom so badly, and it's kind of a sweet way. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip. From what I remember, it has something to do with she just wants everyone to be happy, but I almost feel like there's ulterior motives other than that. But that's just my opinion. So he goes home that very night. He talks to his sister Komochi, kind of trying to get ideas for the prom, and he got a few ideas, but not a lot of ideas, if that makes sense. So then that's when he and Yui have a meeting at some restaurant, and then they get a whole bunch of other people together to come up with some ideas. But there's a cute little scene where Yui and Hachiman are kind of talking about what they want to eat and talking about bouncing ideas back and forth. Yui's like, here, eat your damn vegetables. Here's a salad and here's your tomatoes, because I guess Hachiman hates tomatoes. So then he eats it, and Yui just goes, you're such a little kid. And she gives the look of absolute love, just staring deep right at Hachiman, just with a smile from ear to ear. You could tell that is the eye in the face of someone who who is just in love. That is love. If I've never seen someone who's in love, that is love, if I do say so myself. Everyone else comes. We get Kawasaki, we get Totsuka, and we get the return of the nerdy guy. I forget his damn name right off the top of my head, but I know him as like the nerdy guy. And everyone else kind of basically says, don't really want to back you up because Totsuka says he's busy with his tennis club. Kawasaki said I think she said she was helping Yukino. And then that's when Nerd Guy was like, I'm going to do it. Slams down some quarters, or his money, and then walks out all cool and stuff. And even Hachiman's just like, that was so cool, but so nerdy at the same time. Funny stuff. So then everyone else leaves. It's just Hachiman and Yui again. They go to one of those, I guess, internet cafes to look up more ideas for prom. And what we get next is probably yet another sad and depressing scene from Yui. If you thought episode 4 was sad, this one I think is just as sad, but I still think 4 is like worse in comparison as far as being sad. You have Yui talking about ideas about prom. She gets sleepy and then she rests her head on his shoulder. She fakes this, by the way. She's pretending to be asleep just so that she can kind of embrace Hachiman and like touch his shoulder. And Hachiman does what Hachiman does. He's sweet. He's kind. He throws a blanket over her. Tries his best not to wake her up because he knows that he thinks that she's asleep. And she's just laying there just hoping. She's more, she's talking about how the movie, she doesn't want the movie to end, etc. and so forth, but she's more or less talking about she doesn't want this relationship, this friendship that she has with Yukino and Hachiman to end because, we all know how she feels. And it's so sad. She's laying there with her eyes closed and tears are just seeping out her eyelids as she's pretending to be asleep. Oh, it is just such a heartfelt, just heartwarming, whatever you want to stand for. And it's upsetting for sure. And that was the end of episode 6. On to episode 7. Episode 7, we get introduced to the nerd guy again. He has 2 other members in this like gaming club, and they're looking to help out Hachiman and Yui for the prom ideas. And Hachiman tells them their idea about prom and whole idea and what it is. And at first they're confused by it, but they're like, you know what, let's just go ahead and do this. Why not? What have we got to lose? Pretty girl tells us to do it, we'll go ahead and do it. That pretty much was the first part. I want to say middle, we see some people that we haven't seen in a while. What's her name? Orimoto? She was like a girl that knew Hachiman back in middle school before high school. And I think like Hachiman had a thing for her, but it just never happened. They go to that school that Aroha and them went to like last season, and then you see the guy over there with the hands and he's gesturing and whatever. He wants to basically try to convince them to like go with this idea and do to do the same thing because he wants more, I guess, like weapons and whatnot. And what we get is a surprise rap battle. I kid you not. If you were to tell me that there was going to be a rap battle in my teen romantic comedy SNAFU, season 3, or any of the seasons, I would have told you that you were a damn liar. But because we got this rap battle, it was probably one of the most funniest things I've seen in a long time. Like, I'm just cracking up when this was going on. Oh. And what I got out of the rap battle is that, you know, the guy who has the hand gestures is just like, it's a good idea, but I really don't want to do it. It needs more context. And then Hachiman's trying to plead his case as to why it is good. Yui whips out her phone and is fucking filming Hachiman and is going, world star. World star. It is so funny. That's probably easily one of the best scenes, and we needed that scene. There were so many depressing things in this show. We needed something to make us laugh, and that was a good laugh. Like, not only was it was a good, like, belly laugh. It was so funny. I loved it. So I guess, you know, that gets denied. So then they leave. They come back. They come up with a project name, and you know, they're coming up with some ideas with that. There's a scene where they're kind of like, what the hell is Yahalo? Because Yui comes in and goes, Yahalo, because that's her thing. They're like, Yahalo, and I guess they're saying from now on in this club we will be Yahalo. 1, 2, 3, Yahalo. And she's embarrassed by them saying it, even though she says it, which I find hilarious. At this point, Hachiman is gonna try to talk to Hayato to get his insight, or to get him to, like, back up his idea. And who does he see? He sees Yukino. And then they have a conversation. It's so strange. Like, we've really come so far from these conversations where where literally Yukino and Hachiman are so distant. You could see it from previous episodes. They don't even want to sit next to each other. They're distant. They're far. Now, she's on a bench and scoots over just so that he can sit down. He doesn't even ask to. She just scoots over and he sits down. That shows you where the relationship is right there. And then they're just having a regular conversation, kind of just like killing time and whatnot. Then of course we get Yui that comes down to, like, call and say, "Hey, where are you at?" She sees them talking on the bench together, and all of a sudden it's kind of a little bit of awkwardness. Hachiman's just like, I want to be somewhere else other than here right now. But Yui and Yukino, they kind of share a little banter back and forth. She's like, I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. She's like, yeah, I've been busy with this prom thing. And then what we get is Yui, like, it almost seemed like they were going to walk and go their separate ways for a bit. Then Yui comes back and embraces Yukino, and she tells her that when this is all said and done, basically, I just want to be your friend. I want to do sleepovers. I want to spend the night. I want to go to movies. I want to hang out with you. I want to be your friend. And I really, truly believe that she wants that. Even if it costs her happiness, and if it's at her own, even if it's with her own, just like, pain, I guess. She wants to still be friends, even if it means giving up the thing that she wants the most. Oh. And that is how that episode ended. I know this was very, I guess you could say, not traditional to the way I used to do my other videos, and I promise next week I'm not going to do it this way. I'm just going to do it the way I have been doing it. So I apologize if this is different, if y'all didn't like it this way. So I don't blame you if you don't like it. It's fine. But next week should be back to normal with this lovely face, and we'll talk about episode 8 and what will happen from there, because I look forward to doing these episodes, and I can't believe it's almost over. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 more episodes left. 5 more episodes, and then this show is over. Makes me sad. Alright. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. I will see you guys next week with a regular face.